What's going on, my pretty pandas? It's your huggable hipster here, and I don't know if you can hear that outside. You guys hear that? It's the heater. This is a good mic. It's probably why it's not picking it up. Thank the Lord. I remember when I wasn't using this mic and you guys could hear the heater overlapping in my older videos, which I hated that you guys could hear the heater. But good technology does us well, folks. This review was really a really cool one for me to write because it is on OUTLAST Whistleblower, one of my favorite DLCs that has ever come out. Ever. Just remember to record everything and trust no one. OUTLAST Whistleblower is a prequel to the events of the game Outlast, this time from the perspective of software engineer Waylon Park. He worked at Mount Massive Asylum before the entire debacle, or actually during the entire debacle that went down. After witnessing the corrupt nature of Eddie Gluskin and what the morphogenic engine actually was, he left the company and he sent an email to Miles Upshur, the investigative reporter that we play as in the first game. Waylon is then caught and institutionalized for leaking the important information. I mean, because, you know, just, you're a whistleblower, so, I mean, you gotta be crazy, right? During the game, much like the first, you cannot attack anyone. All you can do is either run or hide. And you also get to meet a new enemy, well, actually, two new enemies that give just the story a lot more substance, I feel. I don't know how a lot of people who have played the DLC would think about that, but I feel like these two characters, Frank Manera and Dennis, who is nickname in some of the notes is Dissociative Dennis. I feel like this deepens the plotline even further and gives a lot more just pure substance to what the game and what the story really is. Now, the first character we're going to go over is Dennis, and he has dissociative identity disorder. And he offers 4 different personalities, which, okay, I'm going to go a little bit of psychology on you guys. Multiple personality disorder is dissociative identity disorder, and I don't know why they gave it a new name. I don't know why they changed it in the DMC, but they changed it. So he offers our character up as basically a sacrifice to Gluskin, aka the groom. Dennis claims that Waylon Park is a suitable sacrifice and captures him, and will result in you feverishly running from him several times. Now, to be clear, Dennis has 4 personalities in his noggin. The first one is a brother named Timmy. The second one is a brother with a speech impediment. The third one is the father, and the fourth one is the grandfather, who is very, very racist in the game. All of them are active at once, and all of them talk to one another simultaneously. Dennis is just the tip of the iceberg. Just the tip of the iceberg. You meet also a cannibalistic hack job named Frank Manera, who tries to burn you alive, cut you into pieces. I mean, why doesn't he just try to castrate you for all... Oh, wait, no. Actually, I think Dennis tries to... Never mind. Dennis tries to do that, actually. Yes, this game is crazy. Yes, this DLC has a lot packed into it all at once. And yes, it prequels the first game smoothly. But what I don't understand, and what maybe those of you who are a little more well-versed in this game than I, because there are things that I have probably missed. Well, this game and the first game are so vastly different to the second game. Like I've stated before, I do like Outlast 2, but something about it makes it feel so separate from the first game and the DLC. Getting towards the end of the game, we return back to the main hall and discover a dead doctor, which I was fangirling about because that means that the entire sequence and plotline of the very first Outlast game was happening at the same time as the occurrence that Whistleblower was happening. So we were basically in the same vicinity as Miles Upshur, the guy who we actually just sent the email to about what was happening at the asylum. There was a dark figure that had to have been Miles Upshur's wall rider infested body coming up, because it was like the smoke, everything, like this dark big black cloud was forming around us, trying to take our soul. Now, after leaving, a fully recovered Waylon Park sends an email to leak everything, all the notes, all the videos, everything that he took from the asylum. Now, my thought on this DLC, in correlation with the first and the second game, is that everything was happening, like the occurrence of the very first Outlast game was happening during Whistleblower. Now, if you look at this game for what it is, without reading the graphic novel, because I will bet money that so many people don't know that there is actually a graphic novel that goes very in depth about the plot line, about everything that goes down. Now for me, I actually didn't know that there was a graphic novel even until the second game occurred. So there was so much I was missing out from the plotline that even continued after the second game. So I wouldn't be shocked if there was an Outlast 3 that was supposed to come out. I think that's why both the games, the first and the second, and the DLC feel so distant from one another, because, you know, they're going in accordance to the plot line. Like the writers, they're just continuing off where I feel like the graphic novel leaves off. And that's why I think it feels so distant from one another, because you have this entire story, this entire plot line that only the hipsters will get who have read the graphic novel. In order to grasp the entire miasma of what Murkoff is and who these minimally shown characters are, I feel like you need to read the graphic novel. So if you guys want to take a look at the graphic novel, it will be down in the description below for your viewing pleasure. And I feel like they'll all connect in the end. I feel like you just have to read that to understand the concept of just everything that's going on here, because there's a lot. So did I enjoy this DLC? I really did enjoy it. I really did. It followed the first game really well. I was kind of fangirling by the end of it because I was like, oh, there's the doctor. There's Father Martin writing blood on the walls. Like, you know, it was a fangirl moment. Controls were very comfortable to use. Everything in that realm was still very succinct and very, you know, it held true to what Outlast is, with the same controls, the same kind of use of the camera work. All of that was really good. So if you guys enjoyed this game, and if you guys have played this game, let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought of the DLC, because it just gets to certain parts where you're like, should I be playing this in the dark? Like, what's happening right now? But if you guys like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell down below, because I make videos every weekday. Stay casually nerdy, you guys, and I will talk to you all in tomorrow's video. Peace.